All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. And this is going to be the video going into how people scoff at being Hebrew Israelites, right? But how has being black helped you so far, right? You got all these people out there scoffing that we call ourselves Israelites and that we believe we're the people of the Bible. And they've seen how we've changed our life to where we do not care about the same things that they care about in this world, right? Now, we're still in the world, but we don't care about the things that's in this world like how these people care about it, man. And it grieves these people because they want us to be zombies and care about all the same things that they care about, man. They want us to want to try and have the competition about flexing, who's got the most this and who's got the most that. But we don't care. And it bothers them that we don't care. Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23 does say, if Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches. And all you Israelites in the world that you want to be black, you still happy to be Latino, Hispanic and all that, and Native American. Oh, I'm a Native American flying chief dragon tribe. Or I'm a chief bear hook tribe. Well, how about now you're not? And you're actually an Israelite from the tribe of Gad. How about that? Doesn't that sound better? Oh, now my people lived in America for thousands of years. Yeah, what about before that? Where was it then? Oh, now we've always lived. Okay, all right. Keep telling yourself that, mate, because your country's actually been stolen. And why did that happen? According to your Native American wisdom, have you been able to explain that with your Native American wisdom? Or would you need the Bible to explain that? And all you so-called black people out there, oh, I'm blackity black, black power fist, an afro comb with a black power fist on it. Oh yeah? And how's being black helped your ass out so far? All being black's ever got you is a police officer's foot up your ass, man. That's all it's ever got you. And a record deal. We had to do something shady and unseemly in order to get access to that record deal, man. And then you came back to the hood with your chain on and your car and flexed and made it like you got it from just pure talent. No, you never. You had to do some unseemly deeds to get that as well, man. Don't lie. Don't try and be up in our faces lying like you never did nothing weird to help you get further through. Because there's people that had talent the same amount as you or better, and they never made it. Why? Because they didn't want to do the same things that you did. And the reason why you was down to them things because you was down on that black stuff, man. Verse 24, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith Yahweh. And the only people that are going to understand those things are people that are Israelites. And believing that you are an Israelite is a superpower in this world, man. It's actually like a superpower because it changes how you view yourself, man. People can't make you feel like you're just nothing no more when you understand that about yourself, man. And that's why there's people that in this world that are not Israelites, that they say that they are. And all you Christians that want to have a problem with us saying that we're literally Israelites, how about you stop saying you're spiritually Israel then? If being an Israelite don't matter in any regard at all whatsoever, stop saying that you're spiritually Israel. How about that? Why can't you just be literally and spiritually whatever nation you are if God loves everyone? Why do you need to spiritually become like an Israelite according to your own doctrine in order to be, oh, I'm more accepted now in Christ because I'm spiritually Israel? Why can't you just be literally who you are in the flesh and spiritually who you are in the flesh? Why would your nation or whatever nationality you are have to spiritually change to what Israelite is if an Israelite don't matter? Exactly. Crickets, there wouldn't be no answer to that, man. There wouldn't be one. There wouldn't be an answer that makes sense to it anyway. For all you people that teach spiritual oh, I'm spiritually Israel, but God loves everybody. Well, why can't you spiritually be whatever nation you are? Why does your spirit have to become an Israelite according to what that lying doctrine, which is not true, by the way? You can't spiritually be an Israelite, but you're a heathen. You can be an Israelite that's acting like an Israelite now, But an Israelite that's not acting like an Israelite, their spirit is still that of an Israelite anyway, because it's not about the flesh. They're just being a wicked spirit right now. Romans chapter 8 and verse 16, the spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. All the things that happened to us, as soon as we read Deuteronomy 28 and 68, it was like, oh, man, it makes sense. All that hell that we went through now, it makes sense. Oh, I understand it now. All of this stuff happened to us because we're the Israelites and we're cursed. Oh, the Atlantic slave trade makes sense now. It makes sense why, even though we had more physical strength than these people that did it to us, that we wasn't able to get out of it because it was spiritual. Spiritual things took place to keep us in that captivity. That's why we couldn't get out. That's why they was able to always, no matter how much we wanted to not be in that situation, that's why they was able to keep us in that, because it was spiritual. Let's get this. Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 9. Except Yahweh of hosts had left us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. And most Israelites that actually are physical Israelites, they don't, right now it's so bad that they don't even want to believe that they're literally Israelites, man. They don't even want to believe none of that. And then they'll try and have a problem with us saying that we are, but then they'll see a 6'10" man with pigtails, right? With the little girl bobbles in there, yeah, and a dummy in his mouth, and a big one of them like gigantic rainbow colored lollipops walking down that road, dressed like Dorothy from Wizard of Oz. They'd see him skipping down the street, and they're not gonna say nothing to him. They'll say, "Oh, I don't judge. I don't judge. God says we shouldn't judge." But then they're quick to judge us, though. Isn't it hypocritical? God, when it comes to anything actually that they should be talking about as problems in this world, if you say, oh, what do you think about this political stance and this political stance, or what do you think about this financial changes? Oh, I'm not into politics. Oh, God says we shouldn't judge. But when it comes to us though, these people are quick to open up their mouth and say anything under the heavens, and they'll claim will be, oh, I'm doing it out of love. No, you're not. You don't love us. You're just a demon that's trying to you want to think you're the one that finally stopped the Israelites. That's what you think. And that's why it's so hypocritical that you got this vocab guy talking about, is this person making Hebrew supplements? And that's your thumbnail. Hang on. You made a book. You made a book of the Israelites that you've sold. But you're complaining about somebody selling supplements. If anyone's going to be talking about somebody making supplements and saying whether it's good or bad or not, it shouldn't be you saying it. It shouldn't be you, because you made a book about the Hebrew Israelites and then threw a former president's name in there that ain't got nothing to do with it. So you're always trying to steal from all the different so-called black people in this world any way you can. You've made a whole career watching what the Israelites are doing, man. You made a whole career off that. Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. You so-called black people, you don't want to consider that the reason why you're in a bad situation is because you did something wrong. You don't want to accept that. But then at the same time, when we start talking about how Esau did what he did to us, then you want to say, oh, but black people do it too, yo. But black people, hey, we be killing each other, yo. Okay. And maybe you killing each other, yo, right, was your sins that caused for Yahweh to curse you. How about that? But then they don't want to think about, oh, nah. See, like they think that God, in their opinion, they think that God has to just be some sucker that accepts anything. And that's thanks to Christianity, because that's what Christianity's taught people. All you have to do is pray and say, I believe in the Lord. And now you're saved. Even though you're living exactly, even like most of these people after they get baptized physically in the name of that J word, yeah. Most of them people, when they wake up the next day, they haven't changed one thing about their life. They don't know any more about the scriptures than they did yesterday, right? But now they're thinking they're saved. Whereas which one is a person more baptized with? They understand what the new covenant is according to the Bible, right? What they understand what Hebrews the 8th chapter means, right? Or they understand what Jeremiah the 31st chapter means, or they understand what John 3:16 means. And then they thought they didn't know it yesterday, but they know it today, but they haven't been physically baptized, right? Verse, they get dunked in the water, yeah, come out with euphoria, just looking bogged out, yeah, their eyes blinking, or they take a long time to open their eyes when they come out the water, and then they barely breathe, and then they're walking around thinking that they're saved. No, you're not. You don't even know nothing. You don't even know nothing. It's better for somebody to have not been physically baptized, right? But they understand the MOTB prophecy in Revelation 13 and 16. They understand what it is and know that you're not supposed to take that. That's better than somebody that doesn't know no prophecies, what any of it means in the Bible, hasn't been warned about nothing, but they just been physically so-called baptized in water, but haven't been baptized with the word though. The Christianity doctrine has really did a number on people, man. Like it's mad. It's actually quite saddening when you realize how Esau's did a number on the whole world, man. And like everyone just bugged out, man. Everyone just don't really know what the hell is going on down there. And we would like if we was to end up in the ruler seat right now on this earth, even in these bodies where we can be corrupted in these bodies right now, we would be better rulers than the people ruling right now. Right now, we'd have more wisdom than these people, man. Because when certain things take place, we'd know, listen, man, it has to be judged this way. No playing around. This is the way it has to be judged. But we would eventually get corrupted ourselves if we would have a rulership like that right now. And that's why it's not worth it to have it. We need a new covenant, man. Because as long as we don't have the new covenant and we end up in a position of power to rule, we're going to end up getting taken down again. So it's better to just not have a kingdom until we end up under the new covenant, man. But anyway, let me read this. Okay, this is a good scripture to read. I wasn't even looking for this. I think I was looking for Jeremiah 51. Yeah, I was. But I'm going to read this. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 7. All that found, in fact, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from the mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries say, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. So when these nations see you Israelites that you don't want to believe you're Israelites and you want to say, I'm not an Israelite, I'm black. I'm black, bruv. I'm not, yeah, what you on about? I'm not an Israelite. I'm a black geezer. You know what I mean? I'm a black geezer, or you mixed race people that all you so-called mixed race people out there. I gotta say it like that, because according to the Bible, there's no such thing as mixed race. So all you Jakes out there that you know your father's dark like Wesley Snipes, yeah, but your mom's like Snow White, or your mom's Indian or something, and you want to play the exotic card. Oh, I'm half this and I'm half that. Like some of you people are so gassed up off the mixed race thing, yeah, that you'll say you're half more than twice. You know what I mean? I'm half Jamaican, I'm half Indian, I'm half Irish, and I'm half Ethiopia. Well, mate, I don't know if you're not the best at fractions, but that would be quarters. Because four halves make two. You understand? But some of y'all are so gassed up, y'all will start giving out the percentages, and then the percentages don't even add up to 100% anyway. Or I'm half this, I'm 25% that, and I'm 6% this, and then the rest is miscellaneous. You just gassed up off yourselves, man. You ain't exotic, bro. You might have an exotic appearance, Some of you. But whatever your father is, that's what you are. So don't try and dishonor your father and not try and claim your father as being what he is, just because you know that you're gonna get treated unfairly in the world for that. Stand on what you are, man. Because your father that you think's black, a black geezer, he's actually an Israelite from whatever tribe he's from, man. And all you Mexicans, the same thing, man. Don't try and dive and be like, oh, I'm thinking you're Edomite now. Oh, I'm Caucasian because you look like you are. So what if you look like you are? You know that your father has got a large, damn 50 centimeter circumference sombrero in his house somewhere, man. Don't try and ramp around and play. You know that you're Latino, man. Which really, that's not even true. Really, you're an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. But don't start trying to throw your father under the bus to try and blend in with this world. You know how disrespectful that is. And don't expect these heathen nations to want to ever accept it, because they can end up in a better position than you when you're not accepting it. The longer you decide to not accept that you're an Israelite, the more that they are able to have one over on you, man. And that's why for like the past decade, they've stopped doing it now. But for the last decade, like maybe not, maybe they've stopped doing it for the last 5 years or so, let's say. But before that, the last decade or so, as soon as anyone would say anything, cutting these people to the heart with the scriptures, they'd be like, but what about Martin Luther King? What about Martin Luther King? Yeah, what about him? His dream was obviously gassed up. That dream weren't real, bro. Dreams lift up fools, man. But they used to try and love throwing Martin Luther King in our face, which shows that that was some witchcraft. Because they used to love mentioning Martin Luther King. Never forget Martin Luther King's dream, yeah? That everyone can be just holding hands, making a long circle of love across the earth's equator. Fuck all that. Because that's never happened on this earth. If Yahweh wanted that to happen, he would have made it happen during the time of the Tower of Babel. But instead, he made languages so that people could be separated, man. Verse 7, all that found them have devoured them. So when these people find you, Jakes, out there thinking you're black, Latino, Native American, they're not going to say, nah, don't say you're black, man. You're an Israelite. They ain't going to tell you that. They want you to be ignorant so that they can keep you under the curses. They want you to be like that. Now let's get this. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And part of the wine that these nations have drunken is that we're black. Oh, they're not the tribe of Gad. They're Red Indians. Their skin's actually red, even though your eyes can clearly see it's brown. But because you're drunk from what Esau's telling you, you've made him make you believe that someone's skin that's brown is actually red skinned, or someone's skin that's actually brown. Oh, they're not brown, they're black. These people's skin, they're black. But everyone else's skin that's brown, no, they've got a nationality in a country that they go back to. But these people right here, I don't care what they want to tell you about their this and that, they're black people. And because these people are drunk from the Babylon, the great wine, they believe that. They actually believe it. They let their mind be tricked from what their eyes actually see. So then they'll see brown, but they'll be like, well, no, but that my master Esau, Babylon the Great, I'm drunk off this wine, and this wine's telling me, my eyes are telling me that this is brown skin, but the wine's telling me that he's black. So I'm gonna go with what the wine's selling because I'm drunk spiritually. You know what I mean? And that's what happens when people are physically drunk, man. People will be physically drunk, and when they're sober, they'll be like, you know what? I don't think that it would be a good idea for me to get into a fight right now. But when they're drunk, the alcohol's telling them, nah, you can take him, man. He's not bigger than you. He's not big. You can knock him down to size, and then you get into a fight and get slumped. You know what I mean? And then you also got that thing that's called that Dutch courage, man, where people get alcohol and they just become like the most talkative person and all that, man. Because it's demons and spirits, man. But then the scriptures is not against drinking alcohol neither. I've got to say that too. It's not against it. because it says, give strong drink unto him that's ready to perish. So if drinking alcohol means that you're wicked, right? Well, then that would mean that our Messiah was wicked then, because he was called an alcoholic. They called him a glutton and a wine bibber. You know what I mean? That's how they was talking about Yahweh Shai. So there ain't nothing wrong with drinking alcohol. Brothers drink alcohol, and so what, man? That's none of nobody's business. If I drink some alcohol, if another brother drinks some alcohol, if anyone drinks some alcohol, and they're not doing nothing to nobody outside of this world because of it, that's no one's business. But this world's so wicked that they want you to be floating in a damn crossed legs position, doing Andrew Tate hands, right? And no one can say anything about you ever in your life in order for you to be able to tell them anything. When Yahweh Shai didn't have any sins that they could call him out for, so they had to lie. So they still came up with something, but it was just lies. Babylon the Great have been Babylon have been a golden cup. Verse 7, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of a wine. Therefore the nations are mad. They're mad in all senses of the word, man. They're mad as in angry, and they're mad as in they're off their head. They're off their rocker, because they're bugged out. Like they've actually made Esau get them so drunk spiritually that they believe now that men are women and women are men. You drunk, mate? Sober up, man. That's not a female. You women are so drunk off this wine, right? Let's talk about them for a bit. You women are so drunk off this wine that you've actually made people make you think that it's your situation right now is better than the situation that it was in before, where you didn't have to go to work and everything in your life would have been covered. But now you're going to work, right? Having to flirt your way to the top of promotion chains, and sleeping with everyone under the sun at work, yeah? Stressed out. Just stressed off. Looking bugged out, and then you don't even end up having a house at the end of it, most of y'all. But you think, oh, I'm empowered because I'm living paycheck to paycheck. No, you're actually not. Because you women working more now has made the salaries that men get paid go down. You women being single more now, and then also that results in men being more single now. That results in, like, people don't think of the sociology of this. More single people means what? It means that there's going to be more people that need one house to live in that just covers them, right? Rather than people living in a house together. So all of these single people, a single man, or if let's say you get 10 single men and 10 single women, and now all of them have got their own apartment or their own house that they live in. Well, if all of them people was in couples together and was in relationships with each other, that would mean that there'd be 10 less places that have got places living in there, people living in them. So then the rent of those houses would go down instead of up. Because there'd be less demand for houses, because there'd be more couples, there'd be more so-called marriages. And then if there's less people that are in the workforce anyway, that would mean that the wages for the workforce that is working would also go up, right? But then instead it's got we women are drunk off the wine. So then now y'all are thinking to yourself, okay, I'm doing it big because I've got my own one space that I live in, but the rents, you complain about the rent going up, and the rent's not going to ever stop going up, because there's going to be more and more single people that think that they can do all bad by themselves, and then the landlords are going to have a field day. Mate, I'm going to send the rent up even higher because I've got so much demand for all these houses. So I'm going to send it up even higher. Whereas if they didn't have people that are trying to live in them spaces, because there's less people that want to live in them, because most people are in couples, they'd have to drop the prices. And then some of these things could have ended up being people building up their own thing, man. So a family ends up going from one man and a one woman to where the man ends up building himself up even more financially, till it becomes one man and two women. But then they end up building up their thing, man. And all the women would have the one mind that we're building up this man. So his child that he has with another woman, well, okay, it's not physically my child, but it's physically his child. And that man's getting built up as a nation. And him getting built up as a nation is going to help me. Because that's my husband. And I know if I'm helping please him, he's going to help me get some of the things that I want. But it's became so bogged out in this world that you women have tried to say, forget whatever the hell, to hell with whatever the man wants, right? But then you're still expecting the men to say, yeah, but I want to do everything that you want, babes. No, the men are not going to say they want everything to do what you want, babes. They're going to say, to hell what you want. And this is what happens under the black thing. When you're black, this is how you think. But when you're an Israelite, you start thinking bigger picture. You start thinking bigger picture, man. You don't, your dreams and aspirations become more than a gold chain and some street rep. You know what I mean? It becomes more than wanting Esau's praise for how different you are to the rest of your people. Oh, you're all right, but the rest of your people, oh, you're not bad for a black guy, you're quite different from you. Forget all that. But under the black scope, that's how it is, man. But we're not black though. That's what you don't understand. We're not black, man. Don't you get it yet? We're not black. We're Israelites. And you saying that you're, let me get this. You saying you're not black does not mean that you're going to be able to escape the curses. That's not how it works. That does not. Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 19. And it shall come to pass when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart, to add drunkenness to first. Right? You Jakes out there adding drunkenness to your first. Here it is, you drunk already. Yeah. And there'll be some water of the word getting offered to you. And you're like, nah, to hell with that water. I want the wine of Babylon. So now you're already thirsty, but you're adding drunk to it. You're already destitute and dry bones that need the water of life, the breath of life in you. But you're just like, man, I ain't cursed. And you'll redo on 28 and 15, from 28:15 to verse 68. And you'll somehow trick your own mind into thinking that none of those things are happening to your people. You won't want to accept that all those things that you read are actually true. You'll be like, nah, that's not true. We didn't do nothing wrong. Or you'll try and get angry that God cursed you for you doing something wrong, as if that wouldn't prove that he exists. He said he would do it if you did something wrong, didn't he? So he stepped to his word. But then he also said he's going to do good things to you if you do it too. And told you that he's going to put you in a position where you do the good things. He's going to circumcise your heart so that you do the good things. Verse 19 again, and it come to pass when he heareth the words of this curse that he bless himself in his heart. That's how y'all say, I'm blessed. No, you ain't. You curse, bro. And saying in his heart, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart, to add drunkenness to first. Yahweh will not spare him, but then the anger of Yahweh and his jealousy shall smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him. And Yahweh shall blot out his name from under heaven. So don't think you're going to try and escape. And Yahweh shall separate him unto the evil. Shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. So you can't escape the curses. Whether you want to try and say you can or not, no, you can't. You ain't escaping nothing. You ain't escaping. We didn't escape it. All of us ended up going through it, man. And being black ain't helping you. It hasn't allowed you to understand anything that's happening in the future. All them house of consciousness people, they are always worrying about what Israelites are saying the future beholds. They ain't went to none of that Afrocentric Mama Tahiti, Mama to Lulu. Oh, the Egyptian hieroglyphs. Oh, the Bible stole the Ten Commandments from Egypt. The Bible stole the laws from Egypt. Okay, that's what you're saying. It's not true, but that's what you're saying. Did the Bible steal its prophecies from Egypt too? Because if it did, then okay, that means you should believe in the same prophecies. Do you? Or haven't you got no answers on what you think the future holds? Or you African wannabes out there? Or you Egyptian wannabes out there, man? Hieroglyphics wannabes out there. But you want us to talk about the Israelites all the time. Being black has not helped you. It hasn't. Like, surely just from this logic, you should understand, man. When you say you're black in this world, nobody cares. Right? They don't care. They don't have a problem. Vocab Malone is not running around this earth trying to stop so-called black people from saying that they're black. He's not saying, no, actually, if you look at your skin, you're brown. And he's not breaking down that to you to try and rebuke you on that. To try and make you say, oh, you're not black, you're spiritually Israel, like what his Christianity doctrine believes. He's not even doing that for you. But he's making sure that he's going on a worldwide campaign. The guy's traveled countries to try and get against this doctrine. He started off in America, traveled to France, traveled to England. You know what I mean? He's traveled the world trying to get against this doctrine to try and stop us from believing that we're Israelites. He don't want us to believe that. But he doesn't do the same thing trying to stop you people believing that you're black. In fact, he's trying to add the black thing onto the Israelite name when there ain't nobody else in this world calling themselves Hebrew Israelites. So there ain't no need for them to say that black Israelite thing, which some Israelites are being stupid and helping people say this stuff because they're calling themselves that, which there's no need to say that, man. But anyway, I thought I'd do a bit of this video, man, and just talk about the whole thing where people want to believe they're black, but they don't want to believe that they're Israelites, man. It's ridiculous to me, personally. I think it's stupid because we're not black, man. There's not nothing black about us. And nobody can really ever explain what that black thing is. But anyway, shalom to the nation of Israel, shalom.